Alright, hello and welcome everyone to another cast in Alchemy League Season 5. This season of the league is space-themed. You might find yourself wondering, well, how can there be any Age of Empires 2 medieval combat in space? Well, stay tuned and find out. We've got some very high-level games today. We've got, in this order, Ola Dushek versus Leonovu. So mid-1800s to around 2K according to their tournament ELO calculations. That's the plan for the first set. And then for the second set, we've got Shikso versus Von Dutch. So according to our calculations, Shikso's around 2K1 and Von Dutch is around mid-1900s. So they should be some very competitive games. I'm looking forward to casting them. I hope that they're not too old, but if they are, we will have a backup. So, let's see here. Alchemy League is a play all 2. And let's load the first set. Yeah, that's nice. So the first map, we basically have a map of the round. And this is round 2 that these guys are playing. For this particular play L2, I should say. The map of that round was Singularity by Zetnus. Zetnus is a friend of mine, and he helps us out a lot with random map scripts. So let's change the overlay and get a better look at the map here. There we go. So it's made to look like a black hole. You've got this bar of solid ice in between the players, upon which are the 5 relics. And then you have these stones and golds. And these are important because there's not a lot of stone or gold around your base. So, you know, you just have a couple of 3 tiles and a couple of 2 tiles. Ola Dushek bringing in the boar, he shoots it with the town center to weaken it and then kills it with his villagers. So most of your bonus golds are out here on top of this amphibious terrain. And amphibious terrain is dangerous. You know, because amphibious terrain is something that somebody could build ships on and they could use it to attack you. So you got to be careful here. I mean, there isn't too much more on this amphibious terrain. It's just maybe a few shore fishes here and there. Beyond that, though, there is deep fish out here. And we have seen players dock the corners of the map to go for the deep fish. It's kind of like 4 lakes in that sense, actually. So it's an interesting map, for sure. It got nice big wood lines here, although they are not, to my knowledge, player-assigned wood lines, but they're still plenty large enough that the players should have some good options there. So Ola Dushek is in the yellow. He is well known to us. Actually, both these players are pretty well known to us at this point. I believe that Ola Dushek found us in the first season. He knew about us, and he played in the first season of the league. This boar has moved Ola Dushek. I don't know where this hunter is going. He's from Belarus, and he's been a big supporter of the league. And then Leon has also been a good supporter of the league. He has been with us since Season 3, I believe. And Leon is from, also known as Lamarcus Laliet. He is from Hong Kong. So these guys have... it's Ola Dushek changing his mind and deciding he's going to dock out here. So these guys have some pretty different time zones. We really appreciate them finding time to play and give us some entertaining games as Ola Dushek changes his mind again, decides to build something. Probably a dock. We'll see that soon enough. Looks like he did manage to get his boar in time. Let's talk about the civilizations. Ola Dushek playing as the Koreans and Leon playing as the Lithuanians. So what do I think about that? Well, I think Ola Dushek loves tower rushing. So the Koreans make a lot of sense. And this map is a good map for tower rushes. Unfortunately, Ola Dushek's opponent doesn't really have any wood lines forward. Most of his wood line is backward. So Ola Dushek will have to walk a little bit more. But if he gets a couple towers up, he really can deny a lot of wood from his opponent. So it could still work out for him if Leon is not careful. Leon luring in his second boar. It's also worth noting that, you know, if you get ships in the Castle Age, you could deny a lot of this wood back here. So I actually don't like Leon's map very much. I think Ola Dushek has a far better map. Yeah, look at this. He's got gold. He's got wood far away from the coastline. And he does have some back wood lines in case he gets tower rushed in the front. Lithuanians are a solid hybrid civilization in general. They start with the extra food, and that can be helpful for deferring food collection and going straight to chopping wood and building a dock, although Leon has not built, well, he has, but I think he just finished it now. Actually, he's still got one fishing ship out, so maybe he built that a long time ago, or maybe he wanted his dock here. I'm not exactly sure if this was the plan, but this is a logical place to put your dock. I mean, you can take the fish down this way without going too far, and you can take the fish down this way, so it's a more centrally located position, even if it is kind of sticking out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we'll see what they end up doing, but I predict that Oladushek will be very aggressive. He's usually very aggressive. Leon just now going onto the berry, so he built the dock before the mill, actually. And Leon probably thinking about clicking up to the next stage, although he wants to make another villager. You never want your town center to be idle. And he's up to the feudal age. Let's see what Oladushek's situation is. Oladushek is already up to the feudal age. So maybe we'll see Oladushek wander forward with some towers, maybe not. Looks like Oladushek has a Photon Man back here, and he is stealing a goose. League is play all two, so there's not really a good opportunity to get a definitive lead over your opponent. You want to take everything that you can. We try to be as convenient as possible with our league, you know, only asking the players to play 2 games in their sets. Some people want more than that, and that's definitely something to consider, but for now we want to be as convenient as possible. It's like Leon's got his scout forward as well. This is our Photon Man scout. Now, guys, do not worry. This Photon Man is not... he's not like the actual cheat unit Photon Man. This Photon Man is actually a Joan of Arc that has been reskinned. Sometimes in RMS it's actually easier to take an existing unit that isn't totally overpowered and broken and just give it a skin to look like a thematically appropriate unit. So that's what we got here. We got this Photon Man, and he is finding Oladushek's woodline here. And let's toggle the Fog of War. He's going to see where Oladushek is taking gold and stone, or sorry, gold and wood. So that's actually some pretty valuable information. He sees Oladushek has a second lumber camp here. Otherwise, he's just got his own base here. It looks like Leon is planning on building a barracks and maybe going archers, or maybe he's going to go blacksmith stable. He's only got 2 on gold, so I think he is kind of planning a fast castle. We can see that he's got small walls here, and but he's not being so greedy. Let's see what Oladushek is up to. So Oladushek, we scouted around, and okay, so Oladushek is making some navy. It looks like he's got himself a galley here. And he's found that Leon has come over here, and Leon has actually tried docking this, and Oladushek has spotted it. So this is probably going to be a dead villager here. Oladushek going to do his best to kill the villager with the galley and maybe block it from getting back. So that is unfortunate for Leon. Leon trying to sneak over here and build a dock, but Oladushek not allowing it, spots it. Oladushek is interestingly docked this area over here. This is actually kind of smart. I mean, look at this. This is, if we untoggle the Fog of War, you know, Oladushek is kind of docking on the opposite side here. And he can sail all the way around. And so that's going to be his plan, is to ambush his opponent and get on his opponent's extra gold and stone. And we haven't really seen players do that much for this map. We haven't seen them go the route of pressuring this area this early on in the game. I think most players maybe felt like it did not add sufficient value, or their opponent had sufficient access to resources. But in the case of Leon, it could actually be pretty smart. I mean, in Leon's defense, Oladushek has not really scouted the fact that Leon is so heavily dependent on this area for wood. Maybe Oladushek is just planning on coming over here to be a nuisance and prevent his opponent from walling up. I'm wondering if Oladushek will tower rush, but I don't see whether or not he's... Yeah, it doesn't look like he's gone on stone. So I don't think he's going to tower rush. I think he's just going to have some aggression here. What's this? Alright, so Oladushek has built another dock. So Leon docking center and Oladushek docking the 2 sides. And then he spent even more wood on another dock. So Oladushek is really capitalizing on the docks here. Both players did decide to go for deep fish, and this is going to be super annoying. Look at this. So Leon has a galley in his woodline. He can relocate his lumberjacks over here, and I think that will be what he ends up doing, or he'll ignore it. Looks like Leon is pulling back. And what's the plan? Leon is going to go up to Castle Age. That's the plan. So, and he is going to take this wood, actually, right here. So, Oladushek has done a little bit of damage. He killed a villager. Not that he really had to try very hard to kill that villager, because that villager was in his base. But he's taken Leon off of wood, and now he's going to take him off of gold, actually. Now, these galleys only have 5 range. They have not received their fletching upgrade, and Leon is making scouts and going up to the next stage. So, Oladushek being careful. I think Oladushek is not investing in the tower rush, maybe because he's afraid of Leon getting Castle Age quickly, and that fear would be indeed quite justifiable. Oladushek is also making a spearman to help defend himself against scouts, so somehow Oladushek seems to suspect that scouts are coming. He hasn't scouted a stable, but he hasn't seen any archers or anything, so maybe he thinks his opponent's going to come for him. So Oladushek has relocated some of Leon's... He's relocated some of Leon's villagers. We've got lumberjacks over here and gold miners over here. But now the moment comes in that Oladushek dreads, and that is, in his own language, Oladushek will read that this means that Leon is in the Castle Age. Scout rush here. Oladushek building a defensive tower on his stone. He's got 1 spearman, and I think that this tower is intended for defense against knights. Like, I don't think he would be building this tower if his opponent were still in Feudal Age, but Oladushek is afraid, doesn't want to get knight rushed. So these spearmen will help him out with the scouts for now, which are in his base. Oh, and doing a little bit of quick wall action and forcing these scouts away. The knights are ready, or there are 2 of them actually by Leon. He's building a forward town center on his wood line and on his stone to help support it, and he's going to send some knights in to see if he can pick up some more damage. Meanwhile, Oladushek keeping his ships patrolling this area. Leon cannot go out here. So Leon basically has this gold, and that's it for now. Let's actually see what Leon's understanding of the gold on the map is. So Oladushek's kind of small walled in. He's got a tower here. He's got some houses here. And he's sending a spearman around to deal with these scouts. And he's on that area too. But let's see. So Leon has not really found any other gold out here. Leon maybe could come out here to take gold, but for all he knows, Oladushek is on this too. So he probably will attempt to come over here if he's desperate. Or he'll build a mining camp like right here and long distance take this gold. But that will be a pain. So the knights are in on Oladushek's stone, but Oladushek has reached Castle Age. And so therefore he has guard tower now. And he has managed to fight off Leon, at least temporarily. I don't know that Leon has really done much damage here. Let's see if we can tell how much military they have. So it looks like Leon has 1 cavalry unit and wait a second, what? And 2 monks? That can't be right. I see cavalry units right here for Leon. Oh well. Yeah, we'll keep it at this one. Actually, maybe hit the next one. There we go. So 48 villagers to 46 here. So Leon has a 2 villager lead over Oladushek. And we can see that Leon's going for the relics. Now, I should explain that Alchemy League is played on standard victory condition, because why not? Literally, why not? It's another way that the game could end. It's more possibilities. That's a good thing. We like that. So, standard victory condition. So, if you get all of the relics, you could potentially win. And Lithuanian monasteries work faster. So, Leon is really just focused on picking up all of these relics. Oops, they're right across the bar. And so he knows pretty much exactly where they're going to be. So he doesn't need to keep Oladushek from, he doesn't need to kill Oladushek. He just needs to prevent Oladushek from getting the relics. Now, I wonder if Oladushek is wise to this, if he knows that this is what Leon is doing. Yes, he does. So he's coming over here and he's getting a relic himself to prevent Leon from getting all of the relics. So this guard tower actually telling Oladushek what Leon is up to. He sees the patrol and he knows that Leon is going for the relics. Maybe he also saw relics disappear from the minimap and assumed that his opponent was picking them up, because who else could be picking them up? Oladushek has a second town center here, which is unusual. He normally doesn't build 2 town centers. But maybe he figures he needs him in order to conquer his opponent. Getting a nice conversion here on the knight. Oladushek pulling the knight back for some healing, but it doesn't stop. And oh, these knights are in on the wood line. This is very annoying for Oladushek. He's got to pull his villagers back. Somebody have somebody quick wall here. Yep, there it is. Loses 2 villagers. I'm not sure what happened here. I think this was an overchop. Oladushek managing to get another knight conversion, but losing the monk that did it. That's pretty annoying, actually. That's some decent damage there from Leon on Oladushek. So now Leon can, or Oladushek can come back out and plug this up and get back on his woodline. But I guess maybe not too urgent. I mean, he's got a decent one right here. So Leon has built a sprawling farm economy, and Oladushek, meanwhile, has built a tower here, actually. Pushed Leon off of this woodline. I'm wondering if Oladushek will build another tower here and another tower here. I would love to see this happen. And I think that it will happen, actually. Why not? If he has the ability to build one offensive tower, he could build multiple offensive towers. Really put the pressure on his opponent. Leon is starting with the Siege Workshop because he knows he does not want to have to deal with Oladushek's towers everywhere. So he wants to get ahead on the siege, and who can blame him? Hey, Cookie Pirate, welcome. We've got your favorite civ here, the Lithuanians. Leon is playing as the Lithuanians, and he's got a sprawling farm economy. He's not able to access his gold back here, because Oladushek has built navy everywhere. He's got some galleys here. Actually, strangely enough, Leon is building some houses over here. He's kind of wants to keep an eye and see whether or not Oladushek has docked this half of the Singularity, and finding, of course, that he hasn't so far. So he might come over here to take some gold and stone. We'll see. Oladushek has got builders of his own moving along, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But usually when you see somebody build houses like this, it means that they're looking for vision. I guess Leon has spotted a villager, though, because he's sending some knights to deal with it. So we go over to Leon's point of view, see his fog of war. We see him building these houses here just to keep an eye on this. I guess he could see Oladushek's outpost here and know that Oladushek was planning trouble. Oladushek building a house as well. And Oladushek has built this castle here to help protect his minerals. So he's got some gold, and he's got some stone. But it doesn't look like he's making any war wagons yet. Let's check from his point of view and see if he's making war wagons. No, he's making something even better than war wagons. He is making turtle ships, boys and girls. Oladushek loves turtle ships. Leon has some scorpions out. These are going to help keep the map clear of pikemen, and he wants his knights to dominate. Now, Leon has run out of wood back at home, so here he comes. He's going to move up his wood line, and these villagers are automatically tasking here. I think he should send the villagers somewhere else, though. I think this is not a safe location, especially with these knights here. Maybe Leon hasn't realized that his villagers Alright, so he sees it now, and he's like, alright, run everybody! Get out of there! Everybody get out. Is he going to get away without losing a single villager? That's pretty good. And the monk goes down, actually. So that was pretty impressive that Leon managed to not lose anything. Yeah, the turtle ships, exactly. So Oladushek has built a market over here, and he is preparing to take this stone. So he's very interested in the stone, and he's very interested in Imperial Age. So he's going up to Imperial Age, and I can imagine that Leon is probably not far behind. Yeah, Leon could click up to the Imperial Age at any time, actually. He has the buildings, and he has done so. So, Leon investing in skirmishers, bloodlines. He's doing the classic Lithuanian boom, I think, with some defensive scorpions here. But he needs to be careful, because Oladushek is invested in turtle ships, and we're probably going to see turtle ships start popping out of this dock. I don't think Oladushek will build on the outside, this Four Lakes style thing. He does have a turtle ship here, and actually, okay, so Leon, he needs to secure more gold. He's built this castle. This will help him secure more gold. Oladushek is going to know that this castle is here because it is firing at his house. So Leon has secured more gold. Now, one regret that I do have is that we've got all of this gold on these bars here. This sort of favors Armenians and Georgians, which actually we didn't take a look at the civilization draft, so oops. We could and should do that at some point, just so that we can see whether or not those civilizations were banned. I always forget about the civ drafts. Oladushek building a castle here. This castle is going to put some pressure on Leon's wood lines. This is Oladushek moving the chess pieces around. He does not want Leon to be able to expand over here and take wood. So he wants to pressure this area with turtle ships. He wants to pressure this area with a castle, and this is pretty forward. So Leon could be in trouble for wood here pretty soon. Let's take a look at how many relics they have. Leon has 3 relics, and I think Oladushek has 2. I think Oladushek picked up the other 2. Yeah, there they are. So they split the relics relatively evenly. Now here's a castle drop that Leon is not going to like at all. It will take him off of this wood, so he will have to come back here. And, I mean, maybe he could go here, but there's a keep here. These keeps are Korean, and they upgrade automatically. So Korean towers, watchtowers in the Dark Age become guard towers. Or sorry, watchtowers in the Castle Age become guard towers, and guard towers in the Imperial Age become keeps. So Leon needs to get good at siege weapons pretty fast. Otherwise, he's going to find that he doesn't have any wood to take. Oladushek has made a mangonel, and he's starting to pressure Leon's town center. Now, Leon does have stuff over here, so I guess he's not too worried. He's just going to build on this side. He's building some stables so that he can train some mounted units. Oladushek teching into halberdier. Leon needs to build more houses. And he's also building a university, presumably so that he can get chemistry and improve the attack of his skirmishers against pikemen. But he needs houses. He's got 120 villagers, so he's fully boomed, but he can't make anything because he can't house the people. He's got more house foundations thrown down here, but he needs houses right now. So Oladushek with the classic Korean tower rush, a slow, methodical push with keeps and mangonels and pikemen. Leon has deleted 10 villagers so that he can free up some population space for military. And he's made some knights, and he's got some light cabs. We're probably going to see Leon go into winged hussar here pretty soon. And he's going to try to find an economy of Oladushek's to raid, but Oladushek has really gone into the fishing ship economy. Oladushek has not built any farms, actually, which is pretty impressive. Now, Leon is still in on his wood line. You know, he still has economy that can be raided, but there's less economy because some of the villagers are at sea. These are his villagers, these fishing ships. He's fished out all of the corners. And now he's pressuring Leon here, diving this keep with these villagers. I don't know if this keep is going to stay up. I don't think it will. I think there are enough villagers here to shank this down. Villagers get attack bonus versus anything that is made out of stone. I'm not sure if Koreans get sappers or not, but that would be a helpful and applicable technology in this case. Leon finally deciding that he's going to fight this off. He's got some skirmishers to help him out with the war wagons, and he's got some light cav for raiding and for general military support as well. But he's got to stay away from these pikemen, or these halberdier in this case, which are quite powerful. He wants to prevent this tower from going up, so he's actually going to go after the trebuchets instead. Let Oladushek get that tower up because he has a trebuchet of his own. So a big tug of war in the north side of Leon's base here. Does Leon still have stable wood? Yes, he does. He has stable wood over here. And he's going to farm some more. He's got stables near his wood as well, so he has stable wood on 2 accounts. So he's going to send some more raiding units into Oladushek's base. These knights slipping through a hole in the wood line, and they're going to look for damage. There aren't any farms, but there are some villagers around here, so he's going to chase them around. But Oladushek pressing his attack in the north. And it looks like he is slowly pushing in on Leon's base. Looks like he's making progress. Leon's population is 120. His resources are okay, although he is low on wood. He's got 32 on wood, though. And he's got 2,000 gold. Let's take a look at Oladushek's resources. Oladushek's resources look a little bit better, but his population is not as good. So Oladushek is getting this technology, Yupsong, which I believe improves the range and attack of his towers. So this will help him be extra annoying versus Leon. Now the towers have even more range and attack. Yeah, look at this, 8+5 range. So, and Oladushik is also raiding Leon. So Oladushik with the score lead, he's definitely feeling confident. Even if his population is lower than Leon's. No turtle ships still. We saw Oladushik make one turtle ship, but I haven't seen any more since then. Oladushik getting the war galley upgrade. It's not going to help him very much against these knights, but it could be an important precursor to other better naval technologies. In terms of map control, Oladushik has the advantage on this map. In terms of population, I think Leon might still have the advantage, but let's check. Leon is down to 100 population with 88 of it villagers. And what's the deal with Oladushik? He has 114 population with 48 of it villagers. So Leon definitely has more villagers than Oladushik does, but Oladushik has more map control. And Leon calls the GG. So it was kind of a weird game, actually. Played out in a very strange manner, with Oladushik sort of doing some kind of fast Imperial Age, and using it to take map control and push Leon off of a lot of wood lines, with some fast Korean towers, castles, and bombard cannons. Take a look at their civilizations that were available to them, since I forgot to show it. And it'll also show the Civ draft and everything. So, Singularity was the map that they played. They banned Syzygy, Cataclysm, Saturn, Jupiter, Asteroid Belt, and Comet. And the random picker picked Mars for them. So, what could have been the other map? Picking my memory here. A memory test for me. Neptune. So it could have been either Mars or Neptune. So their civilization draft, Oladushik just won with the Koreans, and Leon just lost with the Lithuanians. So on the next map they have Malians. Leon has Malians, Portuguese, and Oladushik has Berbers or the Khmer on Mars. Let's take a look at the statistics. Oladushik with 177 kills, 109 losses, raised 22 buildings, lost 7, and they both had an army no larger than 40, which is kind of funny. But Leon never really got to it. You know, all of Oladushik's military units cost gold, and pretty much none of Leon's did, with exception of some knights. But Leon was too passive, I think. He kind of just let Oladushik do whatever he wanted, deny certain areas of the map, and in the end it killed him. Oladushik with 3 castles, Leon with 3 relics. Yep. So, next is on Mars here. So Mars, what's it like? Well, you've got Phobos and Deimos. You've got the 2 moons with a lot of fish around them. And there's some fish elsewhere, but not really a lot. It's not that great. And it's hard to scout, but you can scout it, potentially. If you really bring your scout up to the edge and patrol around the entire perimeter, you can spot where the islands are. So these islands represent the moons of Mars. And this mountain in the center represents Olympus Mons. Some people believe, perhaps conspiratorially, that Mars once harbored ancient life. And so that's what these columns represent. And there are all kinds of pits and craters in Mars, because Mars, smaller than Earth, it was faster to get started. Its core was faster to cool off as well. So even although the surface was faster to cool, and maybe life could start on it a lot sooner, and it was sooner to form an atmosphere, it could not retain its atmosphere because it had insufficient gravity. There was not enough of the planet to retain the atmosphere, and then eventually the core also solidified, allowing... Well, actually, it's a little bit more complicated than that. I will explain. So, basically, a planet... It's very important for a planet to generate a magnetic field. through rotating outer iron core, molten iron, if you will. It's what Earth's core does. The outer core revolves around the inner core, so it's believed that the outer core, nobody's ever been there, of course, but it's believed that the outer core, rotating around this nickel-iron inner core, generates a magnetic field. That magnetic field prevents solar winds from impinging upon the atmosphere. You see, if the solar winds can collide with the atmosphere too harshly, then they can energize the molecules, the air molecules in the atmosphere, and give them a better means of escape from the planet. So if a planet does not have a good ionosphere or a good magnetic property to it, then the solar winds will slowly and eventually strip its atmosphere away, regardless of how much gravity the planet has. Although being a bigger planet allows you to retain your atmosphere better. So Mars was smaller, so that means there was less gravity on Mars to retain an atmosphere in the first place. And then secondly, because it was smaller, its core solidified before Earth's. And therefore it did, because it cooled, because it was smaller, and smaller things cool faster. So therefore, it also lost its magnetic field to deflect those ionic particles from the sun. So, Hyder says, one thing that this season has taught me is that my knowledge of astronomy is abysmal. Well, Hyder, you learn something new every day. So, luckily, your knowledge of Age of Empires is much better. So, and that's really what counts for the League. So anyway, some people think that there may have been ancient life on Mars because Mars was first to cool off. It cooled faster than Earth did, but that also means that its cycle of things, everything ended sooner. So anyway, we're kind of exploring the concept here. These guys are going to be recycling these resources left over from ancient Martian civilizations. You see these columns, these are actually trees. We've got some rocks out here. It's just very rocky and red. We might see players try to get King of the Hill here on top of this hill. Now these are not real photon men, you guys. These are pirates, I'd like to think, space pirates. They're better than the scouts. You can see that their statistics are a little bit better, but they're still not as good as the actual cheat unit of the photon man. So anyway, Malians versus Koreans, or Khmers, what can we expect? I'm not really sure what Oladushek is going to do with the Khmer, if you want to know the truth. He might do some kind of lightning scouts rush, or he might do a fast castle and Scorpions, don't know. Leon is the Malians, and Leon, I don't know. It could be some kind of infantry push. We'll have to see. Now, Leon has smartly docked here, and he's got access to rich fish. And Oladushek has done the same. So both of these players have realized that, okay, the fish is behind me. It's relatively safe. Sometimes there's a version of this map where the moons are starting across from the players, like equally spaced from the players, and then it's kind of a bloodbath because the players are fighting over the fish in the same locations. But this one's this little bit safer fish, so it'll be less aggressive than it usually is. But that's not really saying that much because we still have Oladushek here. And Oladushek loves aggression. He's going to come out here and he's going to take this really annoying gold mine with a couple of rocks blocking the way. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. This is going to be one of the most inefficient gold mines you've ever seen. Maybe he should have built the mining camp over here or something. Yeah, I guess this is okay as long as he's not planning on putting more than 3 villagers on that gold. So Leon's been pushing deer in. Martian deer, of course. Now he's going to go off and explore a little bit. Let's check his fog of war. Does he know where Oladushek is? No, he does not, actually. He has not... Leon has not found Oladushek's base. I guess he found some berries, and maybe that's good enough for him because he knows there aren't any berries anywhere else. Let's see what Oladushek knows. So Oladushek has found Leon's dock. And this is funny that the Photon Man just rams you with the back of his gun. His gun is out of bullets. I call them plasma bullets. And yeah, you can't really get a good fight here, so he's just going to withdraw. But he's found his opponent's dock. He's found both of his lumber camps. So we could see Oladushek make a stable or something. But I don't think he's going to do that. No, it looks like Oladushek is making galleys. So he wants to pressure his opponent. He's got a dock here, but he's making galleys from 2 docks, actually. He's got a second dock here. Alright, that's interesting. So, Oladushik has double dock, and he's going to invest in Navy, and he wants to push his opponent off of fish. Actually, it's not fish, it's dolphins. And it's not just any dolphins, they're space dolphins. So, you always got to remember that, you know, sometimes you're blending Age of Empires with science, with, like, space. You got to take a little bit of artistic liberty here. So, we're just going to pretend that these are space whales, or space dolphins. And these are, you know, space deer that were being pushed in, or Martian deer. And these are stormy dogs here, just scouting everything. Alright, now, I don't think Leon knows about this dock. I don't know that Leon knows about either of Oladushik's docks. No, he does not. He could find it right now. We'll see. Comes along. He does know that Oladushik has some galleys, and he spots Oladushik's dock. Now, he hasn't spotted Oladushik's other dock. Maybe he assumes that Oladushik has 2 docks based on this, or maybe he only thinks Oladushik has 1 dock. Maybe he thinks his opponent foolishly docked this corner of the map where there couldn't possibly be an island representative of a Martian moon. So let's see. Oladushik. He's getting fletching, so he's really committed on this as fletching is a good upgrade. It's an important upgrade. It will help his galleys have more attack and range, which is very useful for being able to micro down against fishing ships. Now, or these fire galleys. Now, if Oladushik could get some galleys playing Ring Around the Rosie on this island, that could be pretty ideal for him. Because galleys do better if there's, like, choke points. If there's choke points and obstacles for fire ships. Fire ships in low number are, of course, superior to galleys. And Oladushik, I think, has enough galleys here to finish off that. And he's actually going to go for the villager, which I think is smart, but he might lose a few galleys in the process. He's only got 4. 4 left. He lost 1, and 1's almost dead. Yeah, there goes another one. So Oladushik not paying attention, and a couple more of his ships go down. He has to run. And I think he is still making things, although he's going for this Photon Man as well. Leon's Photon Man. So Leon is going fire galleys here as a defense, but he is slowly getting the food that he needs to go up to the next stage. So he could be Castle Age here pretty soon. And that would really catch Oladushik off guard, I think. I think Oladushik is not expecting that. Oladushik is making farms this time. And apparently he's making a house too. He's made a scout, and he's... Oh, Leon with a farm snipe. That's annoying. Oladushik probably cannot afford that. Oh, he could replace it now, but boy, that's annoying. Leon trying to cause some trouble with these scouts, but there's only 1 left, and he doesn't have good health. He is making... Looks like he's making more. So this is what it's going to be. He's going to avoid the top of the mountain for now. There's not a lot of wood on this map, actually. It might look like the forests are expansive, but remember, the guys, that a lot of it is like rocks and stuff. So, you know, this map is actually quite light on wood. You basically need to start going toward the center to claim the wood, so it's easy to run out of wood fast here. Leon with the double docks, and he's making more fire galleys. It's kind of crazy. He's only got 4 fishing ships, so it seems like he's really heavily invested. But he's on his way up to the Castle Age, so he'll probably build another town center when he gets in the Castle Age. Maybe he'll build it up here or something to secure some wood and some extra gold, but we'll see. Wants these scouts in on a wood line, but they can't get there yet. Coming around, looking for some villagers to pick on. Oladushik fighting back immediately. Those are some good reflexes. Leon in the Castle Age now. He's getting the War Galley upgrade. That'll help him out at sea. Uh-oh. Alright, yeah, Oladushik pulling this villager back. Realizing the villager's weak. Is Leon going to get this villager pick off? No, it doesn't look like it. Let's see, Leon making a knight. I don't think knights are going to be a long-term investment, but maybe. Maybe that's what he wants. He's got 1 knight, And yeah, he's building the second town center like I predicted. And this is a gold town center, so it actually does not improve his wood situation. I'm not sure that I agree with that. I would maybe try to build it more so out. Well, there's a lot of pits and stuff, so there aren't really a lot of good places to build it. Maybe you could build it here or something. But this does make sense. It gives him way better access to that gold. But he's just got to be careful about the wood, because you can run out. Now, Oladushek is still in the feudal age, but he's building a stable. Okay, so he's on his way up to the castle age. And he's building a stable here so that he can double down on knights. It seems like both players think that knights are going to be the way to go on this map. Hyder says, all games I've seen on this map have been quite good. At the start, it kind of plays out like other hybrid maps we've had in the tournament, but because of how open it is, it turns into heavy aggression. Yeah, I think that this one worked out pretty well, too. You can never fully predict, Hyder, how a map is going to play out, and if it's going to provide the strategic variety that you're looking for. Sometimes you get a map through the process and it's just like the same thing every time, or it's like Fast Castle every time. That can happen, and you know, that's just, but we have to do our best to be able to predict that kind of thing. But for the most part, I don't think that that happens very much. Yeah, this map has turned out well. And I can't really take all the credit for the design of the map, because a lot of it is just very subtle stuff. Like a lot of things that aren't dependent on space theming and decoration. You know, the fact that this looks like Mars isn't what makes this good, right? It's not like somebody looked at Mars and was like, aha, if we duplicate the look of Mars, this will be a good Age of Empires map. This looks good in spite of selecting for that look. It was based off of a map that a friend of mine made, Cookie Pirate. He made Rapa Nui, and this map is based off of it. It was a space, sort of a space remix of that map. Now, guys, remember that this is standard victory condition. I would love to see somebody go for these relics. There's only 2 relics on this map. So all you got to do is just do a transport ship heist with a monk. And it looks like there is a transport ship here for Leon. And he's got a monastery. Yes! Here it is. Here's the monk. Here's the transport ship. Come on, Leon. Let's do it. Let's do it. Looks like he's got some knights in his base, so he's going to address that. Oh no! Oladushek has a navy here. That's no good. Go away, Oladushek. Leon was just about to show us the monk trick. Oh, he even took the time to make a transport ship, and now he's not even going to be able to use it. No, Cookie Pirate, stop that. Well, there was a villager on this, so maybe that's what he used the transport ship for. But he's got to use the transport ship to steal the relics. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see relic victory on this map. I think that would be really fun. And the map is, despite all of these rock formations, the map, Hyder is correct, the map is surprisingly open. It's just impractical to wall. I think it's because of the hill in the middle. I think if it had a normal rock formations like this across the whole thing, people would just wall this off. But people are kind of afraid to come over here because these are actually real units. These are decent units. And there's, of course, ice terrain. So they both are going at each other with knights and cavalry. Where is Oladushek taking wood now? I guess he's just finished this up, and he's going to relocate his villagers. I think he's going to start going over here. But he's got to be careful. Oh, he's getting in the houses. He's using the Khmer trick of hiding in houses. That's smart. And he also has a knight here working on Leon's woodline. Leon has not discovered it yet. So Oladushek is 1 water, and it doesn't seem like Leon really cares. We had some really great games on Rapa Nui, actually. I remember some very close relic victories on it, where somebody had all the relics and they lost it within like 10 years of winning the victory. And then other guys that like won the relic victory just before their monastery was about to go down or eject its relic. Yeah, so Oladushek is going to take the forward wood. That's a good opportunity for Leon. If Leon wanted to try to build a siege workshop and roll across this with some scorpions, he could put some hurt on Oladushek. That's what I would do if I were Leon. And now he's going to fight these Rapa Nui warriors. Or these, not Rapa Nui warriors, but these pirate photon men. Yeah, I think that's why other communities don't do standard victories, because you've got like all of the map control and it feels like you're about to win, and then all of a sudden you lose a relic victory or a wonder victory. But, you know, we have a community that's chill enough where people are like, you know, whatever, you deserved it, right? You put all of your efforts into winning this other game mode. It's always been a part of the league, and I couldn't stop you. The merchant dropping the relic, though, that was fun. But not intuitive enough. We probably wouldn't do it again that way, with the merchant dropping the relic. Very confusing. So Leon coming up here with an army, he's going to wipe this out, and then he's going to use this platform to pressure Oladushek. Yeah, so here it is. Wipes out the photon men, clears them out. And actually, they look like dead Rapa Nui warriors, which is funny. I should have changed their dead unit ID. So now he can pressure through here, and he smartly made some monks. And so he's going to be able to convert battle elephants that Oladushek intends to defend with. Got a castle here. The top of this mountain is unbuildable. So the castle here will have to do. I think he could have built it a little bit further forward, maybe right here. But this is a safer castle, and it helps him secure this area. I think he should be more aggressive, but Oladushek has actually taken the point. He knows that he can't take resources here with his opponent having monks and cavalry this close. So Oladushek is going to come over to this side, and he's going to chop wood over here instead. It's not the best place, but it's better than nothing. Cookie Pirate, it is. Leon pushing in on the south of Oladushek's base. Oladushek building a university. I don't know that Oladushek can afford to build a university. I'm not sure why he would want to build a university. Maybe to go guard tower defense. He needs a university to get the guard tower technology. And Leon is walking out across the map. He's actually a little bit cut off. His units are all trying to go through the same gap. But we will probably see another castle drop or tower drop from Leon. It'll probably be a castle right here. Oladushek with a defensive castle. Leon building a castle on Oladushek's gold and 2 of his town centers. So Oladushek is in rough shape. He does not have a lot of good wood options. Oladushek cannot stop this castle from going up, but Leon cannot stop this castle from going up, so I guess that's fair. Oladushek, maybe he could slip around and take wood here, but we need to be careful. We need to have an army, and he doesn't really have an army right now. He does have an army of fishing ships, because he won water. So if you're Oladushek and you're under this much pressure, I really think Oladushek should snag these relics. There's only 1 relic over here, and 1 relic over here. That's it. So if you're Oladushek, why not start that relic timer, right? And have your monastery on this island, start the relic timer, and then your opponent suddenly has to go from doing all of this crap to focusing on navy. And he doesn't want to do that, right? He wants to keep doing what he's winning at. So there's an opportunity for Oladushek to get back in the game by picking up these relics and getting a countdown going on a monastery on this island. You could delete this house or something and build it over here so it's not in range of trebuchets. Oladushek is making archery ranges, though, and he's going to go for crossbowmen, which I don't really understand. I'm not sure why crossbowmen are good. I guess he's thinking maybe he's got Gabetos and he's got camels both threatening him. And so he figures with the low pierce armor on the camels and the low pierce armor on the Gabetos and health on the Gabetos, crossbow will be a good option. And he also wants to build this castle here to secure these wood resources. And that will work temporarily. And he's on his way up to the Imperial Age, to be fair. But so is Leon. And Leon could park trebuchets up here and pummel Oladushek's castles into submission. So Leon definitely in the driver's seat in this game, and Oladushek reaching the castle age, or the Imperial Age now. And so what's the plan if you're Oladushek? He's going to make some trebuchets to get this castle off of him, and then what else? He's making more crossbowmen, and he might get more range upgrades from for those crossbowmen as well. Leon has a sprawling Martian economy here. Look at this. And he's also taking pretty much all of the wood. The wood situation on this map is so annoying. But that's Mars for you. That's how it works. Leon with the camel mobility coming around here to see what Oladushek has, if he has anything good worth raiding. Oladushek has started working on Leon with the trebuchet. He's got a second trebuchet out. Leon is probably making trebuchet. Nope, he's not quite there yet. He's almost to the Imperial Age. Actually, I don't know that Leon would care too much about losing this castle. The damage has been done. These town centers have been taken pretty much out of the game. Leon hits Imperial Age, and what's next? Well, he's going to get the armor. He's going to make more light cav. He's going to get conscription. And he's getting gold mining. So I almost think that Leon is like buying... What's his plan? Is his plan to just take all this gold and buy food and make light cav? Just flood the map with light cav? I don't know. Taking some minerals over here. Oladushek with some arbalisters. So maybe Leon's seeing all these arbalisters and he's thinking, oh, I'll mix in some light cav. It'll catch him off guard. Oladushek rolling out across the top of the map now. I don't think Leon has enough camels to fight these arbalisters. I mean, in theory, it's good, but the arbalisters will just get microed and pinned up against wood lines and that sort of thing. So it's at this level, this is not. I don't think this is a good fight for him. Leon going to lose this castle as well, and he's already housed. He really needs to throw down some more houses. He always seems to throw down houses like on the opposite side of the map from where his builders are. Neither player has gone for relics, which is disappointing. So if you guys see any relic games on this map, please let me know, because I would love to cast them. What do we got up here? We got Oladushek trying to kill this trebuchet. Or Leon trying to kill the trebuchet with Oladushek repairing it. Which is kind of funny. I think he is going to manage to kill it. And Oladushek calls the GG. He's out of gas. He knows that his push is over. He just destroyed a couple of castles, but feels like because Leon is in this age with him, and Leon's economy is huge and his economy is tiny, that he just can't do enough damage. Yeah, let's take a look at... Yeah, Oladushek with 41 villagers. So he just did not... He was not able to pull it off this time. He should have done more tower rushes. Should have gone for the relic victory. It could have been a different game. He had water control. But, oh well, alas. Next time. Next time. Water victory. Alright. Let's see. Let us take a look at the achievements real quick. Yeah, Leon with a better kill to death here. More buildings raised. 1 conversion. Larger army. And, of course, a way better economy. It was a good 1-1 set. It was. They both had 2 castles. Villager high 86 and 120. So, yeah, Leon just did a lot of damage to Oladushek through the raids. So now we're going to look at Shikso versus Von Dutch. So Shikso 2.1k, Von Dutch mid-1900s estimated. It was a good set. Let's take a look at their civilization draft. So the map of the round, this is round 3 that we're casting. The map of the round is Jupiter, and they took turns banning maps until they had either Mars or Asteroid Belt left, and the draft link picked Asteroid Belt, which is a really aggressive map. So we'll see what happens with that. Their civilization drafts then based off of those map drafts. are Shikso with the Vietnamese, the Byzantines, and the Japanese as his options, and Von Dutch ending up with Saracens, Berbers, and Bengalis as his options. Snipe of Mongols and Malay. And of course, in the global bans are Persians and Georgians from Shikso. He believes a lot of these maps are hybrid maps, and he's right. So he's banning a lot of these hybrid map civilizations. And then Dravidians and Ethiopians banned from Von Dutch. And of course, the 5 random admin bans at the beginning. Alright, so this is my first game. Well, actually, I've casted Jupiter before. I casted it in Round Wild. So let's zoom in now to Age of Empires 2, and let's see what version of Jupiter that we've got. So we've got Shikso playing as the Cyan Japanese, and we've got Von Dutch playing as the Red Saracens. It looks like this is a version of Jupiter with a large amount of elevation on its stripes, and no deep fish. So all just shallow shore fish here. All of this is walkable terrain. We've got the 4 Jovian satellites here with a lot of seismic activity and vents because of Jupiter's extreme gravity. So we've got these stripe-shaped forests extending between the players. So this should be pretty interesting. And we've got this hill which represents the Great Red Spot. I wish I could have done more with this, but it wasn't. You know, there's only so much you can do. I didn't really want to put a lot of gold here. I didn't want to make it a Gold Rush style map. So, scant resources. Competition will be pretty heavy. We got piggies here. Start with the pigs. And what is this? Von Dutch is already sending a villager back. He's thinking about docking, but, you know, this map has got some random elements to it. It's all documented in the component spec. And I guess he decides not to build a dock back here because he doesn't see any deep water, so he knows, which is kind of funny. And he's on his way scouting with the Photon Man. He's going to pick up another pig. There are some assorted pigs in through here that you can find and get, send back to your base. So let's talk about Saracens versus Japanese. I think it will be Archer's Mirror. I think these guys will both make archers, and it'll come down to who does it better. Saracen archers will be pretty devastating. I think that you can wall off with these stripes well enough. Archers make a lot of sense from Saracens. You could tear through walls pretty quickly, or maybe even towers. A tall red spot, well, it's a high pressure system. So high pressure equals higher elevation. But the map has random chance for elevation in here. Sometimes this elevation isn't here. Sometimes it's all flat. When it's all flat, you can build town centers. But when the elevation is here, you can't. So this game is going to end pretty quickly, one way or another. There's not really any opportunity to boom. I mean, you might be able to build a town center back here if you can squeeze it in. But nobody is going to have more than 2 town centers on this map, tops. These guys are going to kill each other very quickly. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Von Dutch is already starting to wall this off. He does not want to mess around with Shikso. Now these, let's see, the amount of wood on these trees I believe is random as well. They actually have 150 in this case. So this is actually pretty good. This is the one redeeming factor of the map, is that instead of these reeds having 50 wood, which they normally have, they have 150. So the forests will last, which is the good news. But they're still quite thin. They are still quite thin. So you only have 1 boar on this map, so you need to be careful. You need to spend your food well. If you're a civilization that gets decent eco bonuses, you could probably do a reasonably fast feudal age here. But just not a lot of other food available on the map. Maybe just a few shore fishes here. Yeah, there's like 1 shore fish here. There could be another one right here. But in general, it's just not looking very good. So they actually might go scouts, but because they need to set up the farming eco to get up to the next age. But I think that they will go archers. Could be wrong. So Shikso, he's going to build 1 more villager, so he's got 20 pop, and now he's going to get loom. He's just built a house. He might go up. He actually might build more villagers. I don't know. Going up to feudal fast on this map is quite hard. Yes, the resources are scant. So they might not be able to do it. Let's see what resources Von Dutch has. Von Dutch is fishing. Okay, so Von Dutch has chosen to make a dock. He's made a couple of fishing ships to help him get these shore fish in faster. These shore fish are slow. I think the resources on this map were largely inspired by those on another map that I made called Bluegill. And on Bluegill, same thing. You get like very scant resources at home, and there are a lot of neutral shore fish that you can take from. And so it's slow, but you can build up a big feudal economy, and the resources play out, so there's a lot of feudal aggression. It's quite fun, actually. And it looks like Von Dutch is just idling his town center, waiting to click up to the next stage. He's at 25 pop, and he's like, I really need to go up. And he's stealing one of Shikso's pigs. That's not very nice. Shikso going over to gold, so he kind of gives us his answer on that. And Shikso is on his way up. 21 pop. Looks like ultimately, so he did sneak in another villager, and he is headed up to the next stage. House in the front. So actually, 2 villagers. This might be man-at-arms. Let's see if we can figure out what Shikso's up to. I mean, he's not making any militia, so I don't exactly know what he's doing. He's got 2 on gold, so maybe it is just like 1 range archers or something. We'll see. Von Dutch building a house and scampering up to feudal age himself. Shikso trying to lame off this villager here. Von Dutch has reached, or his opponent has reached the feudal age. Now, luckily for Von Dutch, that does not mean that the Photon Man is going to be any stronger. Yeah, he doesn't quite manage to pick it off. So Von Dutch managing to save that villager, and he's going to build a barracks of his own. So no fast castle on this map. There's just not the food for it. But hopefully for Von Dutch's sake, he's managed to wall off enough wood. I guess he could always wall this off here and wall this off here to try to have a nice, good strip of wood here. What's Shikso doing? Well, he's making farms. Because that's what you make when you have terrible economy. And there's not a lot of food available. This is probably the lowest food variant of this map that we've seen spawn. And so I think that Shikso needs to build an archery range and needs to come over with archers. I mean, they might just both mind their own business and go to Castle Age, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Somebody's going to try to press the advantage here. And here's an archery range for Von Dutch. So it looks like Von Dutch is going to make the first move. He's got a dock here. Shikso has not docked. Shikso has deemed it not worth the trouble to dock. And he could be right. I mean, there's what, like 4 shorefish within a 30-tile radius? Is that really worth it? Maybe not. So Shikso is making a blacksmith now. He is not clicking up. He's built farms sufficient to sustain food production, and maybe a little bit extra to slowly gain food and get up to the Castle Age, but no military indication from Shikso so far. He built a stable. Maybe he was expecting scouts, and then decided not to build any spearmen because maybe he didn't see anything for scouts. But Von Dutch is building another archery range, so I think we're going to see Von Dutch show up at Shikso's base with some archers, and if Shikso's not careful, he could be in big trouble. Von Dutch is housed. He's making an archer. He needs to rush up this house here. He's got a couple of people working on it. House is up, and he's got 3 archers moving out across the map. He should also get the range upgrades, and he's thinking about that. He's going to rush down a blacksmith as well with 4 villagers, and he needs to keep making houses. So, you know, Von Dutch is at a disadvantage here. He's an underdog. Shikso is a 2K1 player, and Von Dutch is mid-1900s on a good day. So, you know, this could be a good opportunity for him. Shikso not seeing much from his opponent, getting kind of suspicious, building a tower, which I think is quite smart. But Shikso is definitely going the fast castle route. He does not want to deal with feudal age right now. So Von Dutch taking a quick shot at that villager, but he's really looking for the damage. I don't know that Von Dutch realizes that Shikso's wood line is over here, and this is very, very scary. Like, if I'm Shikso and this is my only wood line. Now Shikso has built a tower on his gold, which is good, but maybe he should have built the tower like right here or something to cover some of his wood. And let's see if Von Dutch knows. Yeah, Von Dutch even knows that Shikso is taking wood over here, so he's got to kind of go back and go around or something to get the damage in. Hyder says docking is debatable. It slows your feudal time by 1 villager if done correctly, but it also makes it so that you do not have to go, or you do not have to go to farms as quickly. So, and indeed we see that Von Dutch has not gone to farms. He is relying on food from the sea, if you will, to keep his villager production going. So he's definitely benefiting in that sense, but he's also slower. He's just clicking Castle Age now, Von Dutch is. And Shikso is already halfway up to Castle Age, and Shikso has the skirmishers. I feel it's a missed opportunity from Von Dutch not hitting this earlier. Seems like he's given Shikso plenty of time to build skirmisher defense. Another thing he could have done is he could have towered up here. I mean, and it would have been easy to wall off that tower too. Easy to sneak that tower up. If we take a look at Shikso's vision, like a tower right here could have totally surprised him. And a wall across here could have made it unstoppable. Like he could have built a wall here first, built a tower here with fletching, and ranged all of this and put Shikso in a very bad spot, but he didn't. Because this map is new and the players are still trying out strategies. So Shikso's about to be Castle Age. What's he going to do with it? He has some farms. He's heavily invested in gold. I wonder if we'll see monks. He's building another town center. I don't know about this town center. I mean, he's a much better player than I am, but I don't know about this town center. Like, it gets him a little bit of gold, it gets him a little bit of wood, but you know, this is really an aggressive version of the map. I would be a little bit surprised if Shikso could make a boom happen, but booming is like the rave these days. Everybody wants the boom. Everybody wants the villager advantages. They're used to big boomy closed maps where you can just build up and just comfortably make a few monks to defend against the knights and you're good to go. But this map is like all of his wood could get denied very easily. I just don't know about this, but you know, he's a much better player than I am, and you know, he sees the same thing, so maybe he's got everything under control. We'll just see. We'll have to watch. Hyder saying Saracens can just skip the dock and market abuse to go up. The Saracen market abuse, indeed. And Shikso's making cavalry archers. No, Shikso, no cavalry archers. He loves the cavalry archers, the Japanese cavalry archers. These, okay, so here comes Von Dutch, though. Von Dutch is like, I'm going to hit this wood line. He's coming back with a vengeance with these crossbowmen. Now, Shikso does not have town watch, let alone town patrol. So he's not going to see these crossbowmen come until it's too late. These crossbowmen could probably just run up right here and probably kill 3 or 4 villagers before Shikso's able to react. And I believe that that's exactly what Von Dutch will do. We'll have to see. Actually, I think he sprung the trap too soon. But he can definitely even just still get in here with these Saracen archers. So now he takes Shikso off of wood. Luckily for Shikso, he does have this area kind of secured. He sees the ball of crossbows and he thinks, well, you know, I better build this siege workshop to keep these crossbows away. Now, I'm wondering if Von Dutch will dive this tower, but it doesn't look like he's willing to do that. Let's see if Von Dutch has more crossbows under preparation. Both players in their town centers, man, I tell you. Everybody's got to have a second town center. You just have to do it. Everybody's doing it. So there's a second town center here. What about like a siege workshop instead, right on this hill? Come on. A siege workshop right here? How bad of an idea could that be? Like, take his opponent off of this wood, take his opponent off of this wood. No, the siege workshop's up here. I guess he wants to kind of wrap around. Let's see what Von Dutch knows. Maybe Von Dutch doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know that Shikso's down here. The vision of this farm is just a bug. So he does not know that Shikso's down here. If he did, he would probably be down here too. Shutting down his opponent's wood collection activities. Oh, that was a really good hit for Shikso. Von Dutch needs to be careful. That was also a really good hit for Shikso. Yeah, Von Dutch needs to get out of here. Really, this should be like a monk pike push. Like, why are these guys going archers anymore? He could go like pikes and monks and mangonels. Oh, here's a forward villager from Von Dutch. Let's go. More crossbowmen. You know, the one annoying thing is that because the wood lines are in these long, you know, stripes across the map, he's kind of got to go all the way around if he wants to change the lane, so to speak, that he's in. This is pretty well lit up. He's got vision in here. And I think the crossbowmen are going to come around this side. I could be wrong. Von Dutch using the market abuse. He's taking this wood. And he's only got 4 on food. So he's still taking from these fish, but he's using the market to buy food and stay producing villagers. Shikso going to slip through with some cavalry archers? Yes, he is. So Von Dutch is going to close this off with a university. But that doesn't address the problem that there are cavalry archers in his base. So he does have some crossbowmen coming around. Giving away a mangonel over there. That hurts. And Von Dutch calling the GG. He just can't hurt his opponent. You know, it really was kind of close. If Von Dutch had built a siege workshop down here instead of up here, and he kept loitering with his crossbows up here and denied this wood, and had siege and maybe a couple monks over here denying this wood, he could have won. That's how close it was. But GG, well played. Maybe a little bit surprised by the nature of the map, the fact that you couldn't boom on it, the fact that you couldn't dock boom on it, really. There's hardly any fish. An entertaining game for sure. Let's take a look at the statistics. Yeah, look at Shikso with this KD here. Definitely way better military control over the units. And Von Dutch had a much larger army too. Shikso with a better economy, collecting way more food. About the same amount of wood. He collected more stone, and he collected way more gold. Shikso with the better advance times, and the better villager high. But I don't think Von Dutch realized that how much trouble Shikso was in if his military had been in the right places. I agree. I think the Saracens are really good on this map. I think it could have played out very differently if Von Dutch had pressured both sides, or like towered one side and pressured the other or something. There definitely were options. Alright. Let's cast their second game. So for the second game we have Asteroid Belt, and we've got Shikso on the left versus Von Dutch on the right. These guys are actually a little bit closer to the planet in this case. It looks like the wood lines have spawned rather fairly. This planet is a temperate planet. I thought about adding randomization for the planet in. You know, sometimes it would be a desert planet, and sometimes it would be a jungle planet, like Dagobah, with lots of swamps. But I didn't really have time to prepare that. So there's an asteroid belt out here. There's some asteroids. It's kind of scattered lands. You know, it's not really a good guarantee of being able to go anywhere. Just like a real asteroid belt, there's all kinds of rock floating around, and sometimes you don't have good passage. So, hey, Otter, welcome. So, Von Dutch is on the right, and he's playing as the Red Bengalis. And Shikso is on the left, and he is playing as the Cyan Vietnamese. So, not a great food situation on this map, but it is a little bit better. But the scary part about this map is that you basically have all of this water, and you kind of have to migrate over here to the big island, the planet. But you have to do it in a way that doesn't sacrifice your current economy. Your opponent can make ships, and they can be very dominant in this area, and they could dominate over your asteroids too, although maybe not as much as it may seem. Yeah, asteroid belt. So we'll see. There is some fish on this map. You know, you could go fish. I think 4 is actually the most I've seen on this map on this size. Usually it's like 2, maybe 1, sometimes 3. But usually it's about 2 fish in here. So you could dock, but around your town center, the docking options are not great. You would have to walk out here maybe and build a dock and then fish from long distance. So it's not the best deal. And I didn't really want people fishing very much on this map. I wanted it to sort of be an option, but not a great option. The other one says, I guess I missed all the Saturn where I wanted to see the pro strats. I blame Superhero dragging his Game 5 over 2 hours. Oh, I did not see that. I actually have not really seen a lot of pro strats on Saturn so far. There has been no Saturn, says Hyder. Well, it basically would be like a... you mean Singularity, Otter? Saturn would basically only happen if it were either a home map, because they played it in the round wild, or it was the one map that was left over from discard, which is like a 1 in 10 chance. Not a 1 in 10 chance, but like a 1 in 9 chance. So it's not the best of odds to see it. That's the disadvantage about having so many maps in the pool, is that you may not get to see very many of them very often. Isn't it the map of the week? No. The map of the week for this round was Jupiter. This is round 3 that we're casting. So, it would be cool to maybe have all of the planets, but we just got most of the big ones. You know, every planet kind of has its own character, and that lends itself to a unique Age of Empires map, which is fun. So we got 3 on wood for Shixo, so maybe a Vietnamese scouts rush, actually, of sorts. Looks like he's doing a very good job of force dropping there, and he has just barely enough food to click up to the feudal age. So now he's sending more out, so we'll probably see Vietnamese scouts, would be my guess, from Shixo. And Von Dutch, I guess he's only got 3 on wood as well. I don't, maybe Bengali scouts, I'm not sure. He has 1 on gold. Maybe people will go feudal aggression with water instead of land units. I just don't know. Otter says, oh, I meant Jupiter. Big planet, big schmanet. Yeah, Jupiter was fun. I think the players... I think Von Dutch made some mistakes on Jupiter, but that's also very easy for me to say, because Von Dutch would totally wreck me on Jupiter. But if you go back and watch the replay, I think Von Dutch had the opportunity to do a lot more damage to Shixo, because the wood lines are all forward on that map. And it's very aggressive, but both of the players wanted to build second town centers, which... you know, I guess is the meta thing to do nowadays. Yeah, the first set was Oladushek versus Leon. They played on Singularity and Mars. So Shixo has pushed in a deer, and now he's a space deer. Actually, they're space ostriches this time. And now he's headed out to explore for his opponent. Let's check his Fog of War. I guess he's actually kind of already found his opponent, which makes sense because his Photon Man is a little injured. And let's see what Von Dutch knows of his opponent. Check the Fog of War. Von Dutch actually does not know where Shixo is. Von Dutch is still on his way up to the feudal age, and he's building some houses. He has not built... Actually, he has not built a blacksmith yet. Or, sorry, a barracks, which is kind of unsettling. So Shixo's Vietnamese actually knows where his opponent is. Maybe that's why his scout is injured. Is because, well, maybe that is not necessarily why his scout is injured. He knows where his opponent is. Yeah, Von Dutch chasing Shixo's scout off. Let's look at Shixo coming around. Looking to see what his opponent is up to. Where are those stables? Here it is. So here's Shixo's stable, and he's going to build a market too. Maybe to help him out. He's pretty broke, actually. He does not have a lot of resources. But he is taking a lot of resources underneath his town center. But he hasn't started making a scout yet. So I don't know if that's a little bit of a miscalculation. Like he thought he'd have a little bit more food. That's probably what it is. He's got a stable, and I think he wants to make scouts. Oh, he finds his pig. That'll be helpful. Send that pig home. But for now, he's just making villagers. What is this? Is this like a fast castle instead? Is he doing a fast castle and make a Vietnamese elephant or something? He's getting horse collar. He's getting double bit axe. But he made this stable. He did this scouts build, but he's not making any scouts. So he must have changed his mind. I don't know. Maybe somebody from chat can explain. He's got Photon Man here and a Spearman here. So it looks like he's really interested in keeping an eye on whether or not Von Dutch is coming out here. And okay, Shixo deciding to make some scouts now. And he's also making some more villagers. And it looks like he's got his basic, you know, economy upgrades going. So he can at least take the wood more efficiently and build his farms more efficiently. And it looks like Shixos doesn't see any ships. He doesn't see any action where his opponent is going to the mainland. So he is going to go to the mainland. And he's got some villagers out here with a lumber camp already, it looks like. And he's going to build a mining camp out here as well. So it looks like Shixo is really just interested in like claiming all of this area to himself. He's not really interested in pressuring his opponent in Feudal Age. I don't know what Von Dutch's plan is. Let's see what Von Dutch's plan is. He's actually on his way up to the Castle Age. So Shixo spent a little bit more time and energy stabilizing an economy. Like, look at this. Von Dutch only has 3 on food here. This is very bad. But he has enough stone for a castle. So he's going to build that castle, and he's going to go FC into Rattans, which is kind of a weird choice. And I don't really know how I feel about that, because it was Shixo's plan to secure the planet. Secure the planet, make a couple scouts. Von Dutch does not really have map control. Shixo over here pecking away at this villager. Oh, and he does manage to get that villager kill, although his Photon Man goes down. Von Dutch's Photon Man goes down. Another villager goes down. This is some good damage from Shixo early on. Kind of punishing Von Dutch's greed a little bit. I don't think... Oh, no, it's Bengalis, not Rattans. I'm thinking of the wrong civ here. So Von Dutch is going to make these Rathas, which are the Bengali unique unit. And he's going to make a couple of them, and he's going to come over here, and he's going to pressure Shixo. Shixo has these villagers that were shepherds, that were taking food underneath his town center. And he's kind of out of food now, and I'm not sure what he's planning on with these villagers. He's waiting for Wheelbarrow to come in, and maybe... Oh, look at this. He's stonewalling this off. So Shixo does not want Von Dutch getting in here. So he's going to stonewall this off, and then he's going to try to stonewall this off. So he recognizes that this area is a nice area. It's a beautiful area. It's a verdant green planet, and he wants it all to himself. So Von Dutch, though, embracing the asteroids. So Von Dutch is going asteroid route. He did the fast castle. Shixo did Feudal Age military. Not like ships or anything, but land military. So that he could secure this area, because he believes that long-term, having control of this is what will win him the game. So Von Dutch, on the other hand, is doing the fast castle to secure the asteroid belt. So we see these Rathas on the prowl looking for Shixo's economy, not finding it, and assuming that Shixo has instead started building his economy out here. So Von Dutch on his way to come threaten that, and Shixo just barely going to get these walls up in time, and that's good for him because these Rathas have a bow attack. So Von Dutch switching to the bow to chase the villagers away, but they've already finished the wall. So now Shixo has built these walls up. He earned this with Feudal Age investment. You know, this belongs to him. He paid a price to do this. He's going to be like a few minutes later to the Castle Age for it. And these Rathas are hacking away at these walls trying to get in. So Shixo's going to build an archery range. And I guess he's going to start to make some skirmishers. Maybe the game sees these Rathas as cavalry archers. And therefore, they would take bonus damage from skirmishers. So Shixo's going to add another layer of walls here. He does not want to share this area with Von Dutch. Now, Von Dutch might still build a town center here, because there's enough room. So Von Dutch going like the fast castle route, which is normally not something that I agree with, but he wants to try to go fast castle and get on in this area, where Shixo invested in Feudal Age military, secured this area, and now is trying to fight off these Rathas and keep them from getting in. So it's kind of interesting to see the clash of strategies. I don't know if ships would have been a better investment. I've seen players go like longboats on this, which is pretty fun. But whether or not it's better to fast castle with ships on the asteroid belt, whether or not it's better to do Feudal Age ships, whether or not it's better to do Feudal Age military, there's all, just a bunch of questions because it's a brand new map. We don't really know. We just know it's scary. We just know you've got limited resources around here. But long term, I mean, most of the gold, it's out here on the asteroid belt. So You know, Shikso may succeed in securing this area and have a sprawling farming economy. But long term, is it really the winning play? I don't know. We'll just have to watch and find out. So these Rothas, Von Dutch has made a mangonel, and now he wants to come in and pressure Shikso some more. Shikso has some skirmishers. He does not know about this mangonel. This mangonel will flatten his skirmishers. And Shikso has accidentally ejected his skirmishers, I think. He's deleted some walls to let his skirmishers in, and then he's going to come back out here and re-wall this, which is pretty funny. Because it seems that his opponent has turned his attention here. Shikso can see that his opponent has some military out this way. He's building a monastery, and I think there's too much Ratha here. I don't think this is defensible anymore. I think Shikso is going to lose his main town center. It's going to have to affect repairs on this town center immediately. He's got 2 mangonels and he's got a bunch of Ratha, but the Ratha are vulnerable to town center arrow fire, so it's not over out here for Shikso. He's just got to be careful, and he's got to repair his town center continuously. So this is kind of a burden, but he did secure the planet. You know, this is Shikso's. Von Dutch is going to build an outpost here, just to keep an eye on what Shikso ends up doing with this area. Von Dutch with a score lead over Shikso. You know, the damage definitely shows, but Shikso's made the long-term investment here, and we'll see if it pays off. What is this, though? Shikso... Alright, Shikso coming down here. He's going to take some stone. In a mining camp. And he's just trying to mitigate the damage here. There's 5 villagers here that are probably going to die as soon as this town center goes down. And, I mean, he's got another one here. But this is a disaster. Shikso's basically pushed off of the asteroid belt. Actually, he's going to get away, which is pretty impressive. He's got enough resources to make a monk here. Where's the monk being made? It's being made at this monastery. So now Von Dutch wants to get in here. Are these Rothas going to get in? I think it's a mistake for these Rothas to go in. Yeah, not a good idea. Shikso going to see the mangonel, and he evacuates. And I would love to see a wonder here, but I don't think we're going to see it. So mangonels and Rothas. And what does Shikso have? He does not have a lot of resources to defend against this. He's still taking stone out here. This is sneaky stone. Shikso's Fog of War. He's got 1 monk in here. He could pop out and maybe sneak a relic. He's got a few more villagers that he could put to work. But his opponent is really putting the pressure on. So let's see what Von Dutch knows. So Von Dutch knows that his opponent is in here somewhere. But Shikso has taken lots of damage. Skirmishers need to avoid the mangonel rocks. They do. You know, Shikso could use some redemption monks, but I don't think Vietnamese get that. So maybe guard tower defense instead. But he's not taking stone here anymore. I guess it must have gotten cleared up or something. Oh no, this is Von Dutch's point of view. So he's still taking stone here. Von Dutch hasn't found it, which is good news for Shikso. He has a monk. He's converted a Ratha. This Ratha is going to go and try to get some wax on this mangonel. Doesn't quite kill it. But he needs maybe 3 monks or so. 3 or 4 more monks. And then he could convert the Rathas and have them fight the mangonels for him. Or a defensive mangonel. Shikso has made a siege workshop. So that is what he plans on making, it seems. Hey, Smokey! Welcome! It's great that you're here, Smokey. Uh-oh. No, Garrison! Garrison! I'm not sure what was up with that. A little bit of an attack ground, I guess. Let's take a look at the villager counts. Von Dutch has 30 villagers, so he's very much all in this game. He has not built the second town center. Maybe he learned from the last game. He's like, nah, you know what? I'm not going to build another town center. I'm going to go all in. So that explains why he has so much. He's making petards, you guys. He's making petards. Yes! So here's 1 petard, and he's got another petard here. Now all he needs to do is get some military assembled so that Shikso cannot re-wall behind this. Let's see Shikso's villager count. Shikso has 44 villagers, so he's got a 14 villager lead over Von Dutch despite all of the pressure. And he's rebuilding this gate here. Okay, so the mangonel goes down with a superior micro. It's being repaired. He didn't manage to complete this gate, but he did manage to scare these units off. So now Von Dutch is going to retreat like it's all natural, like he's giving up for now, and he can't get in. But reality is different. Reality has these two petards here. Where's the otter one when you need him? Otter, some petard good luck chant, please. No, we can't do the emote spam with the otter one likes to do with petards, but if it blows up, he loves it. So these petards come in, boom, boom, gates down, and here come the Rathas. I would not be surprised if Shikso GG'd right here. This is pretty rough, but this has been a really fun game. Kind of a clash of different strategies that players have tried out on this map. Shikso not going to be able to get his town center up, and the Rathas are going to go into melee mode to fight off that mangonel. Yeah, that's why you always got to build like houses behind your gates, or have a secondary gate or something like that behind it. Because petards are a thing. It's very easy to forget about them, but they are a thing. And I think that Von Dutch has pretty much closed this one out. That was a really solid play with the petards. Shikso's villagers are running, of course. This is a real league match. He doesn't owe his opponent anything. He doesn't owe his opponent a resignation. So why not collect as much data as you can about how your opponent plays, and maybe wait for them to make a mistake. But I don't think Von Dutch is going to make a mistake. What's this though? Shikso's going to get this town center up with one villager. Von Dutch is here underneath Shikso's other town center. I think Shikso may be a little bit in denial here. He pretty much had almost a 200 elo advantage. And Von Dutch has surprised him with a really quirky strategy, and that's what Alchemy League is all about. As much as we love Shikso, he's been a great friend of the league. We love seeing him play. Has helped us out a lot with these Civ and map drafts, and by participating in the league. But I think Von Dutch has got him on this one. The Wrath is diving the town center. Villagers are forced to withdraw. Shikso has 26 villagers left. He's actually just behind Von Dutch, who has 27 villagers. So these guys are just both all in on this map, which is pretty... I mean, Shikso was like, I don't want to be all in. I want to boom on this planet. But Von Dutch was like, oh no, we're doing this all in. So Von Dutch has 27 villagers now. And let's see what Shikso has. Shikso has 22. So Shikso calling the GG. But really, really well played set from both players. Von Dutch flipping the script a little bit and going all in with this crazy fast castle. And I think the irony is that if Shikso had this castle out here, and he was taking, so he finished taking the stone and he castle dropped Von Dutch, and he at least managed to secure some resources here. But I think the irony is that if Shikso had invested his feudal age military in just killing Von Dutch and preventing Von Dutch from doing this fast castle, he would have won. But instead, Shikso was like, okay, I'm going to invest a minimal amount of feudal and just make sure that my opponent does not get to the planet before I do. And then I'm going to stonewall in the planet, and I'm going to boom there, and I'm going to come out from the planet with a ferociousness, and I'm going to crush my opponent. And it didn't really work for Shikso. Von Dutch got him in this case. But it could have worked. It could have very easily gone the other way if Shikso had just applied maybe a little bit more pressure to Von Dutch on these asteroids before Von Dutch got to Castle Age. So really, really fun set. And not terribly long either. So it was my pleasure to cast this. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know what you think about the games in the comments. Thanks to all those in chat for being here. We had two solid sets. We had Leon versus Oladushik, and we had Shikso versus Von Dutch. So thank you everybody for tuning in again, and I hope to see you for the next cast.